Hello everyone, and sending you very warm Friday morning wishes. It's now week 14. Week 14, where are the weeks going? Incredible, just flying past. But I hope you've all had a good week, one way or another, kept yourselves busy, done things which perhaps you've been intending to do for ages. We've certainly been trying to catch up on all sorts of things which we haven't managed to do. Some successfully, some not so successfully, but there we go. It is as it is. It's been an interesting week in the press. I've been watching very carefully anything to do with churches opening and choirs singing again. I'm a member of the Cathedral Organist Association, a pretty lapsed one, but I still get all the literature through. And you may have seen in the press this week a letter that went out from quite a number of senior cathedral organists and also people like Simon Rattle, David Hill at the Bach Choir, conductors of most of the main orchestras, going to the Department of Digital and Culture, asking them really to look closely into research in whether singing is safe or not. And when we can get back to it, there's quite a lot of pressure going on the government now. And also we got sent, the Cathedral Organist Association got sent a letter that went out to Oliver Dowden, who's the minister. And there is a response, and I've attached onto my email today a response from him, really just to make you aware and hopefully to encourage you a bit. Judy Bauman got a missive through about lobbying your local MP and the media to try and encourage the government to get on with looking at the arts and singing. And I've attached that as well. So if you want to do that and send something out, you're very welcome. If you're not one of those sort of people and just want to sort of hope, well, you can do that too. This week, as ever, John has put together a liturgy and I've prepared and recorded a few hymns for you. So I hope to hear you singing lustily across the airwaves, or indeed from South Dorset to North Dorset on Sunday. Right, so for my choice of music today, it was a tough one. Thinking, what shall I choose? There's so much lovely music. My favourite anthem. So this is one which you might know. If you don't know, you're in for a treat, and if you do know it, you're still in for a treat because it's such a lovely piece. It's by a composer called Edgar Bainton, who was actually British. He was born here. He studied at the Royal College of Music with Stanford, and he was friends with William Harris that we talked about last week, who wrote Fair Is the Heaven and Bring Us, O Lord God. He went up to the north of England and he taught at, I think, a conservatory in Newcastle, somewhere around there. And I think he later became the director of that. And he was a great champion of music. Vaughan Williams, I think, Arnold Bax. He tried to encourage people to listen to classical music. And then I think he fought in the First World War. And then later in life, he was asked to go out to the New South Wales Conservatory in Australia and become the principal, which he did. And so he lived the latter part of his life in Australia, where he was very popular and very successful. And he wrote an enormous amount of music, actually. He even wrote an opera. But he's really known for one piece, and that's an anthem which is very much in the cathedral repertoire, and it's called And I Saw a New Heaven, and it takes words from the book of Revelation, and it's quite a dramatic piece, very, very beautiful, very heartfelt piece. Starts off quite delicately, has a couple of really strong climaxes, and then the last section, which never fails to get me with a sort of tingle down my spine, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, which the tenors start. You need some good tenors for that, but it's just an absolutely glorious moment. So have a listen to this. I've pointed you in the direction of a recording made of King's College, Cambridge, with their new director, with Dan Hyde, which was broadcast actually this past Easter on BBC Two. and it's a wonderful performance. So enjoy that. And I Saw a New Heaven by Edgar Bainton. Now, because I'm in my room, all I've got to do is turn around to the piano, which is over there somewhere, and we'll do a bit of singing. See you in just a moment. So here we are, just across the room, a little bit of technology. Easy, makes you lazy, doesn't it? So let's just do a little bit of warm-up, as we always do each week. And let's start off with some triads, D major I think. Let's just do to oo, going ooh, and just really gently, okay? 2, 3, 4. Let's change to E, etc, etc, and you can just carry on like that all the way through, as high as you like, really. So let us now we'll start in B flat major, and we go down some scales, and we'll just do E and R, going like this. E, I, 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 E, I. Okay with me? 2, 3, 4. E, I, 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 E, I. Just make sure that jaw's nice and relaxed. Good, excellent. Now we talk a lot about diction and good final consonants, double consonants, things like that. I was watching a video this week, warm-up video, which had some rather interesting moments and some quite fun things, from Norwich Cathedral, I think it was. And here was a little exercise for getting your words out. If you can do this one, you're better than me, but it was a lot of fun. So we're going to start off with bread and butter. And the guy wanted us to put a nice D on bread, double T on butter, and if you can roll your R on bread and butter. I'm not very good on that, but so it's going to go like this: 2, 3, 4. Bread and butter, 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 bread and butter. I'm not very good, see? So have a go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bread and butter, 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 bread and butter. Next one. Bread and butter, 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 bread and butter. Still with me? 2, 3, 4. Bread and butter, 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 bread. One more. Bread and butter, 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 bread and butter. Got to put my teeth in. So, same key, how about fish and chips? 2, 3, 4. Fish and chips, 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 fish and chips. Fish and chips, 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 chip, chips. Fish and chips, 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 fish and chips. What am I on today? Same key, chicken tikka. 2, 3, 4. Chicken tikka, 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 chicken tikka. Chicken tikka, chicken tikka, chicken tikka, chicken tikka, chicken tikka, chicken tikka, chicken tikka. One more. Chicken tikka, 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 chicken tikka. Get you going? All right. So there you go. A couple of silly exercises for today. So as ever, wishing you a very safe week. Let's hope we get more good news along the week, and we get perhaps to see a few more of our friends, and you know, and life starts gradually to get back to a bit more normality. And I really hope it won't be too long before we can find some way of doing some public worship together in church. But until then, we'll keep going. So stay safe, stay well, and have fun.